Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to give you some magical and metaphysical tools for protection. Now, in my opinion, I think that if you're working with magic, the first ritual you should do is one of protection. Because when you are trying to bring about a change in your life, there are going to be so many forces, supernatural forces, people, friends, family. There's always going to be people, energies around you trying to keep you exactly where you are, because maybe not even because they're evil, but because they're comfortable. So the first thing I would say is to protect yourself. But then you have a hidden enemy who is fierce, is the most fierce and powerful enemy in the world. This enemy, they know all of your passwords, all of your secrets, everything about you. They do. And you don't know how, you really don't even know when they are attacking you, because they're so clever and they're so intelligent and they know how to get next to you. Anyway, let's go with the easy enemies first. So the first line of defense I will use is protection from violence. And this is in, let me show you, Words of Power by Damon Brand. I want to start calling these 30-second magic rituals. You don't need any tools. You don't need equipment. You don't need candles or anything. All you need is your voice. And sometimes if you're in an environment where you can't speak freely and loudly, guess what? All you need to do is to be able to read the book and think about it and bring it to bring about the assistance of these spiritual beings. So protection from violence is on page 34 in Words of Power. And it says, if you suspect or fear violence, this magic can help protect you. It works whether It works whether you fear violence in general, violence from specific groups of people, or even from individuals you know well. This is good. You should always take real world steps if you fear violence. Now, so anyway, the ritual is literally less than 30 seconds. It's not even 30 seconds. It's less than 30 seconds. And it really brings about a sense of calm and peace. But let me tell you, when he also talks about taking practical steps when you are even with using magic. I mean, it's not like it's just going to make the enemies go away. This reminds me of, I have my auntie. She died when she was 103 years old, and she had the most practical advice in the world. So I used to love to stay late at my job. I teach at a community college in Michigan, and I loved just being there. I'm talking about like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I've always been like a little bit of a workaholic. And I loved it because you didn't have to fight for the copier, and nobody was, on campus, and I could walk around, looking any kind of way, because I was always working on a lecture, and it was just so peaceful. So one night I called my auntie, and I think it was like 12 o'clock because I had been trying to get her all day. And it was like 12 midnight. And she said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm at work." And she said, "Why?" She said, "Baby, it's too late for you to be out." I said, "No." I said, "Auntie, it's really safe here. I mean, we have 24-hour security." And my auntie said, "Don't you know it'll be those security guards be the one to take your life?" And, but she really said to take you and rob you, right? And she said, "You don't put your life in anybody's hand. God gave you 5 senses, and you're supposed to use those 5 senses to make good decisions." It just blew my mind when she told me that. I know that sounds simplistic, but I thought, she's like, she's right. Why am I here at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking that, we have security here? It's like, it's not a wise decision. So after that, I never, ever stayed late at my job again. So when we're talking about protecting yourself, we're not just talking about, now that you've done your protection from violence, magic ritual in less than 15 seconds, so you don't have to take precaution. No, it doesn't work like that. But then there's another ritual. Well, I don't know if it's a ritual, but guys, I practice feng shui. And feng shui, the best way for me to describe feng shui to you is that, just like your body, your earth suit has, like this is my nose and my arms, there's a structure to it, right? Your home, each area of every room represents a different part of your life. So imagine when you walk into a room, I want you to put there are 9 squares. So I want you to envision 9 squares that evenly separate each section of your room, right? Now, each of those sections represent a part of your life. Like if you go to the far left corner, that's your money. Your far right corner, that's your love area. Now, let's just say the area where you're walking into the room, there are 3 squares there as well, right? Now, if you go to the square with your right hand, I call it your right hand man, that is your helpful people area. That is your area where your I like to say your heavenly team, your guardian angels, your spiritual team. This is where you ask for, I don't want to say ask for, but you put things in your home for supernatural protection. So you would put a lot of angels in this area. Also, you would put, I like to put my little, these are very inexpensive, these little green army men. I don't know if you see them. You see, and you can put those in that area as well. And I have Jesus. Oh, I have some good stuff. I have some very good. Now, this skull was in this area, but I love this skull so much. And I don't know if in another video I probably told you about this particular skull. Something was going down. He literally fell on the floor and rolled on my foot, and just hit me up. I know it sounds crazy, but this truly happened to me. But and then there's one more thing. So anyway, black gemstones like black quartz, black obsidian, black tourmaline. Oh, tourmaline is bomb. You hear me? So you can wear it on your body. You can put it in your helpful people area. And then also for my helpful people area, I like to leave like a little white bowl of Florida water, and I like to burn incense to as an offer of thank you for protection and help and assistance from the entities and spirits and angels who they're in your home and in my life, right? So that area is like your heavenly team swooshing in to help you. So yes, you do your words of power 15-second magical ritual, but then make sure that when you walk in the door, remember you're envisioning 9 equal squares, and where you place your right arm, your right hand, I call it your right hand man, or you can call it your right hand woman, I don't care. I call it man because it rhymes better. These are the spiritual beings, supernatural beings who help. Okay, so you want to work on that area. The color is silver, gray, black, and white. The elements are metal, and also metal is the primary element. What supports it is earth. So if you want to have like some metal bowls or with rocks, that's good. But you want to work on that area, especially when you're talking about protection. Now, I have one more theme that will help you in terms of protecting yourself. Now this oil, okay, you can feel the spirits when you open that. When you open this, you can literally feel the spirits come out. Now I buy this at Amazon, and I'm gonna give you like a close up here. Hold on, let me get this in focus. I put this in all my protection candles, and I also like to dab this on my door, like, because and I tell them, look, anybody who is not for my highest good, who is not of love, do not, like, keep them away from me. And it's also good to dab a little bit of this around your car. Like, now the oil comes out black and thick, so you don't want to put it on your clothes, but sometimes I'll put it like at the bottom of my feet. Now I know you might think, well, if you're doing the words of power, then why are you doing other stuff? Because it's good to get layered up. It's because if this was the case, there would only be one grocery store, or only one. Why do we have Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's? Why do all these stores? Because there's different energies work with different, spirit beings. And to me, it's a good way just to protect yourself, to add layers of protection, to enhance your magic. And then, so we have the gemstones, we have the oil. You're going to work on the helpful people area in your home. But then I have another enemy. This enemy, the enemy that now I want to tell you about, the super powerful enemy that knows all your passwords and all your secrets, know all your journal entries. They know every single thing about you, and they are the hardest enemy to ever beat in your life. But if you are able to defeat this enemy, this will change your life. So, the enemy that I am talking about is the version of you who thinks negative, who doubts that your dreams will ever come true, your inner critic, that version of you who says, oh my God, I'm so fat, I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb, why did I do that, I'm such an idiot. There is a dialogue that you have, most people have, where we put ourselves down. And we learn early in school, like when everybody was laughing at you, and you really didn't think it was funny, but you didn't want them to think that you were, that you were a punk, right? You didn't want them to think that you just didn't really have it together, so, you started laughing too, right? And so this enemy, this inner critic, this being, this part of you that maybe in a way they protect you from disappointment. So they'll tell you, well, it's not going to happen. Well, they're not going to call. Well, there's only so many people who can actually have this. This enemy who, the version of you who is so critical and so negative, and they feel like they're protecting you, but this version of you is hurting you from getting everything you want out of life. Trust me on this. And so one day I just realized, I said, wait a minute, I am preventing myself from getting anything that I want out of life because nobody is beating me up like me, right? So every night when I pray, I always ask for I have angels that I work with. I ask God, I ask Archangel Michael. So I'm going to give you a little, if you're new to doing this, I'm just going to tell you a little ritual that I do to help me with this hidden enemy, the most powerful version of myself. But first, let me just tell you this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a doppelganger, but from my spiritual training or understanding or reading, that a doppelganger is a version of you that comes into existence every time something major happens to you. So let's just say when you were young, you got into trouble because you did something you weren't supposed to do, and you knew, and you kind of like in your heart you shouldn't do it, but it was the first time you were suspended from school. Well, there is a version of you that was created who did not participate, who did not break the rules. So just think of this: every time something major happened where you had to make a decision, it's like that, I don't know where this comes from, but there is a part of you that exists that actually, that participated in the activity, and a version of you that did not. But this is only for major events because our emotions are so strong. And whenever we have strong emotions about something, we bring a bubble, like an entity of ourself into existence. So, so going along with this, there is a version of you who really keeps you down. Like whenever you say, oh, I really want to make some videos today, or I really want to work on my book, or I really want to go back to school. This version of you is the version that says, well, let me just go see what Bobby doing. You know what I'm saying? Let me just, I'm just going to scroll a little bit through my social media and just, maybe look at a couple YouTube videos. Or, sometimes you can just feel yourself like, get sleepy or you get hungry. This version of you is always preventing you from moving your life to the next level, and you're asking yourself, why am I doing this? Because the I don't want to say it's a negative version of you, but it's the scared version of you. It's a version of you that's afraid that because everything that you have and everything that you're doing is so familiar, and to move out of your comfort zone scares the bazookas out of this version of you. So remember, this enemy, this hidden enemy who doesn't make good decisions, who really don't believe in you, that version of you who really feel like you don't deserve everything that you're asking for, that version of you who settles for the job you really don't want, or the relationship that you feel that you deserve better than, right? So this is your hidden enemy. This is the most fierce enemy that you will ever face in your life. So this is how I handle this portion of myself. Every night I ask God to please protect me from myself, protect me from the negative version of myself, the version of myself who is afraid and scared. But then I also ask God to please heal the version of me who is afraid, who's scared, who's fearful, who doesn't believe in me. Heal that version of me, but also protect me from myself. Protect me from the parts of me who is afraid of success, who is afraid of failure, who allows herself to be in situations where she knows that she's not happy. Protect me from the version of myself who procrastinates, who's like whatever your scenario is, you want it to be authentic. And then I ask to protect me from this version of myself, even in my dreams. And I ask every version of myself in all time and space, whoever existed, including the multiverse, to please heal that version of me who is negative, who is critical, who is afraid of success, who kowtows to other people, who acquiesces, who procrastinates. Protect me from this version of myself. Heal this version of myself, but most importantly, Divine Spirit, protect me from this version of myself. And I also include the multiverse. And then I call upon the angels. I call upon Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Camiel, Archangel Raziel, and Archangel Metatron to please heal the version of myself who is critical and fearful and negative and afraid to take action. But please protect me from that version of myself in all time and space, every version of myself who ever existed, including the multiverse. Thank you. Amen. Now, I'm telling you, if you don't work on the parts of you that's stopping you from selecting healthy relationships, believing that you deserve more, calling yourself names like, you know, oh, I'm such a dummy, I'm so fat, I'm so stupid, oh, I'm such an idiot. Like, if you don't listen, as long as you have that version of you running around freely in your energy and your spirit, like, there is not a single enemy on this planet that's going to beat you down worse than that version of yourself. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.